Good evening, everyone. So I'm sure y'all know about the Milky Way. Most of us who, since we were little, we would look up in the sky and try to find the Milky Way, Well, scientists have been looking at the Milky Way for a long time, too. And, a long time ago, they found a black hole. Well, they must poke and investigate, so they didn't realize how far and how big this black hole was. I don't know. I mean, going into space and science, got to investigate this big black hole. Well, with all the darkness and the evil in the world, I gotta say, I wouldn't be going and poking at dark holes. Just saying. That's just my opinion. Gateways, dark holes, doorways. You know what today is? Today is the start of the pagan holiday. May Day, aka May Day or Beltane. Everybody dresses up and wears flowers and gets out all these herbs and different sticks from different trees and goes and chatters about wherever they decide to hold these things, whether it be some backyard party or out there in the woods. A lot of places still do sacrifices, whether it be animal or human. How are they getting away with it? Where's the authorities when these things are happening? No, but us Christians, we get prosecuted and persecuted and bad-mouthed, but yet we're not hurting anyone or children or animals. Right. So, I just want you guys to kind of take a look at some of these images that I'm posting and sharing in this video. It's everywhere. The all-seeing eye. It's all over t-shirts. It's all over Hollywood. All these satanic symbols. They're in your children's games. They're cartoons. I don't know. And these people just think that this stuff is okay. And I get the whole freedom of religion thing, but drinking blood and things like that's really not my cup of tea. Don't forget the tea. Watch your children. Make sure you know where they're going. Make sure you know where they're going to spend the night. Because every year, April 30th, May 1st, May 2nd, is Baltane. Make sure your kids aren't getting involved. It starts at home. Imagine shift happening with these crazies in your streets, doing their satanic rituals.
And probably the question that we have to ask to us, to everyone here that really loves science, is to think about, what about in 100 years? Einstein was there 100 years ago, but in 100 years, what have we and what will be the discoveries? The things that we'll discover from this knowledge. I see Robert de Graaf there that wrote a great book about the usefulness of useless knowledge. And Einstein could not imagine, what he discovered. He cannot imagine that one day, because he created and discovered the antimatter, that would create the PET scan that will save lives all over the world. So I'm really proud. I'm proud of science. I'm proud of science because science today is giving a lesson to politicians. It's showing that today, to take a picture of something that one man dreamt 100 years ago, you need people from 40 different countries. You need people from all over the world. that at the same time that you're sitting here, there's 6 press conferences in Washington, in Tokyo, in Taipei, in Shanghai, and in Santiago de Chile. And I'm proud of Europe. I'm proud of Europe because we have invested so much in these projects. A huge breakthrough for humanity. We are about to take a picture of something that one man alone, dreamt, imagined 100 years ago in 1915, Albert Einstein. Imagine that. This idea that a very big weight transforms geometry, that when the mass is too heavy, you make a hole, a mysterious hole, where nothing can get out of it, where all it's absorbed. Michael Kramer here from the ERC said, the history of science will be divided into the time before the image and the time after the image. And you know, for my generation, it's all about the imagination of something that was in between science and fiction. At the age of 9, I went with my father to watch the movie Black Hole. And I remember coming home and for the first time in my life, 9 years old, thinking about what's the meaning of life? What am I doing here?
Oh, really? 9 years old. 9 years old. He's thinking about the meaning of life. Okay.
Which was suspected to host a supermassive black hole in the very center. 101 years ago, someone discovered a streak of light, which is plasma shooting out of the center of the Milky Way, marking the supermassive black hole. I never believed that this black hole was as big as people said, until we saw that. This is the nucleus of the galaxy M87.
So I don't know, you know, Saturn, you know, the people who, the black cube, you know, the all-seeing eye, you know, those people. I'm going to be really careful here because it is freedom of religion. However, I really don't know how to go about this to say, but God-fearing, God-loving people don't hurt others. They don't drink blood. They don't sacrifice animals. They don't hold people captive. I mean, unless you're that kind of people who pose as, you know, something that they're not to reel people in, and later to find out they're satanic. I don't know. It's very concerning with the holes, the black holes that they're opening. And, you know, things are being sucked inside and they're trying to take energy from it and whatever all else they're doing, letting spirits in and doing spells. That's not okay by any means. So we have the Baphomet in one of the capitals next to a Christmas tree this past year. We have children after school going to Satan's club. Yeah, Satan club. Yep. But yet they took religion out of schools. And you can get in trouble at some schools for even saying things from the Bible, from God's holy word. You can get sent to a principal's office. And then, don't get me wrong, science has done a lot of good things. But at what cost? I mean, we found out a lot of things by certain countries holding people captive and doing studies and testing on them, torturing people. But we got our medicine. We got our answers from science. They're poking at the moon. I mean, the moon controls our tides in the water. Even the waves obey his word, God's word. AI control. Did y'all see that black hole? Looks an awful lot like this, doesn't it?